Hi guys, shout out to the Adventure Replay game. Um, at the clouds. Oh my god, whatever. I can't even think about this shit. The only reason why I don't put Sonetta thing in my platform because he's a crackhead. He's a crackhead. Everybody in New York City knows this. I didn't say that on Pretty Girl Chocolate a lot because what's the fucking point? So I don't like while Ness was copying me, she can never copy that. Talking points. Like I was like, which is really real. I no longer go in spaces like I told them. I don't go in spaces where I can't ask good questions. Hey, Triple Bo. Hey, Triple. I don't go in spaces where I can't ask questions. Please, though. Yeah, Invention Replay. I can't even think about it. I'm so frustrated. I like that's why I have to come always back home to rebuild my own house. Well, not rebuild, but like make my own house because I have people that support me because they like me and they, whatever. But one thing I ain't gonna do is build your platform up for you to sit here and constantly, like I can be very agreeable and very understanding up until a certain point. If you don't know what the hell you're talking about, please, and you can, as you can guys can tell by my language, I'm using certain language because I don't want nobody to get offended. And I'm not even being condescending with my conversation. I'm really not trying to be that. But at the end of the day, Sonetta was a crackhead. And if he is still or not a crackhead to this day, that's up for decision. Nobody knows. I don't know nothing Sonetta is doing. And then, like I said, MU, who is also a former crackhead, is the only person that has been co-signing Sonetta in this platform. And just because Sonetta don't come up my platform, how could he? How could he hate under new management? Because he know I know the truth. And Sonetta know he can't come on my platform talking crazy to me like he be talking to some of y'all. And he live in my backyard. It ain't gonna happen. So instead of people being appreciative of that fact, when it comes to women, they want to sit here and act like MU was the GOAT. But when it comes to a man, I won't say all men because the majority of the men that Sonetta deal with, they are emotionally unavailable. They are very yeah, thank you, boo. Um, when it comes to men, Sonetta is not no longer that. So Pretty Chocolate Girl didn't know what she had going on. And she wanna keep over talking me, trying to make things feel like, girl, bye. Like what? What? I'm trying to get understanding from a guy that has been on his platform and from his words, I don't even know what the fuck the nigga platform is. Cause I probably excuse me. I probably would have shared it. Sorry for the burp, guys. But it's weird to me that when we're talking about black consciousness, and if you don't want to talk about black consciousness, just say that. Because I never hid who I was. Just because I want black people to be conscious and on one accord, that doesn't automatically make me hate white people. And the fact that some black people feel that way, that's why some people would put you in certain categories you may not fit in. Because the minute the road get rough, y'all want to say, oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Let's not, like, what? Child, that's weird to me. Sonetta has platform is dying because it is. Like for all Pretty Girl Chocolate knew, she could have started a whole nother fucking platform without being so fucking scary. I didn't say anything. I didn't curse. I didn't disrespect anybody. And the man was actually willing to have a conversation. A lot of these guys left the platform. It had nothing to do with uppity. It had to do with you guys. Clearly, you guys are not well informed about the Black conscious community. You're not centered around that. The minute y'all started talking about something, what about white people? The first guy dropped off. The other guy tried to stick in. You think it was because of y'all talking points? It was mine. So that's why I don't be going on people's platform. Because if I'm not helping your platform and I'm only hurting it, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna be there no more. Have at it and see where it takes you. Hey Kalia, hey Queen Voodoo. Like it's weird to me that I have to explain certain things. I know my strengths and weakness. I mean, that's it. Like I don't know what else you want. Like when I tell you guys, my dad, the dad, the man that I would not. Hey, precious boo, 69. Hey, precious. The my dad, the man that raised me, that wouldn't. He's not my stepdad. He's not my adopted dad. The man that pushed me out his sperm. He was he studied under Khalid Muhammad at the same time Sinetta did. Same exact time. There was no difference. There was no difference. But y'all think MU knows more than me. Even though everything I said about MU turned out to be true, my dad didn't take part in MU. MU could say she was on a drug rage or whatever she had going on. My dad was one of the people when MU was having sex with people in cars and they was taking sexually advantage of her. My dad wasn't impressed. He was disgusted. He ain't fuck with that hoe. I'm not gonna say that name, but hi. Hey Jonay, my boo. I haven't seen you in a minute, but that's my boo. But like I said, I'm trying to get a conversation going with a guy that has experience with Sinetta. And they would not let me answer questions. And they really feel like these guys was dropping off the panel because of me. No, they were dropping off because of you. And then they want to say that I'm throwing shade. I'm not throwing shade. I'm throwing knowledge. You guys are over talking and you don't know what you're talking about. You're creating other conversations. So I said things in protection of y'all that I know they're going to drag you about later. Because I'm actually in the conscious community and they really feel like a lot of Black women are unwanted sexually, only financially. Now, clearly, some Black men are doing that, but not all of them. And the fact that he said that, the one guy that stood there, but even he eventually dropped off because they would not let him have a conversation with me because they want to know it all instead of actually gaining knowledge. They wouldn't take my lead. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh my God, you tricked me. Hold on, let me take that off. I like Miss Bless Walker. You have to change your name. You can come and say whatever you want. But one thing I like about Miss Bless Walkins, she was the first person that came in this sector on some real shit as a woman of a certain age. I was never on panels. Get out of here. No, I know Sinetta in real life. I know Sinetta in real life. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That video that y'all see of Tommy Sotomayor getting punched in the face in New York City, that was my dad footage. So fuck? And Sinetta know it, but Sinetta a whole crackhead who disrespected his wife. And the only reason why I spoke up in the first place was because his real wife name is Cynthia, right? But the guy was referring to Nepal. When y'all see MU battling somebody. Oh, there she go. Hi, Pretty Girl Chocolate. I ain't mad at you, girl. I'm just like, I got my own page. I got my own page. I don't have to argue with nobody. I don't have to argue with nobody. And you was saying certain things, but it's fine. I got my own page. The guy was trying to acknowledge Nepal as Sonetta wife. That's not his wife. That's a woman that's doing anything to keep her family together. That's what that is. How y'all gonna recognize a woman who got nude pictures out here? The most I got of Sonetta real wife is her dancing in the kitchen with her family members. Y'all know how y'all used to expose Sonetta in the past because she wasn't out there like that? Y'all posted pictures of her, not pictures, well, sometimes pictures, but like pictures and videos of his wife and family dancing around or doing things. Y'all know how y'all exposed Sonetta with Nepal? Nude pictures. Nude pictures. Just like Brianna be pimping these niggas with subscription, Sonetta do the same thing. The only difference is if Brianna actually had a man, he would never go for that shit. You women go for anything though. So my job is to make sure she's recognized as the wife that's holding him down. Hey, DC Kool-Aid, hi boo. So if you don't have knowledge on a certain sector or what they are about, everybody got to be vetted. And that's the only thing I was trying to do. Talking about don't scare the man off. What man? How do you know he's a man if he hasn't been vetted? How do you know that's a man? You only know by the question. If you don't know him at all, but you know who he's associated with, and if a man say he's associated with Sonetta, and you know who Sonetta is, there's a questions that you can ask. That's easy peasy. And I'm not throwing shade, I'm just speaking truth. It's a lot of women that will take any man. Like, I wasn't raised up on Betty Wright. I'm sorry, guys. I love her music. I love her music, but I wasn't raised up on Betty Wright. My grandma ain't play that. So your job is to look at Nala calling me uppity. Hold on, guys. You know, I'm not uppity. I'm mama. I'm child. See, I wasn't even like, I was just trying to support. Like, I'm just trying. Well, let me, because I'm about to hang out this live. And Pretty Girl Chocolate, I'll probably come back, but I don't know. But when you get men on your panel that are willing to have patience with you and answer questions, and y'all don't know who the fuck they're talking about, let other women who do ask questions, don't try to sit there and whatever, because nobody's throwing shade. People are throwing facts. People are trying to teach. It was okay when Uppity was the student, but when it came time for them to be the student, they refused to do so. They chose to take offense. Instead of them becoming a student about men that they don't know, I didn't know that man either. I just know who he's associated with, and I know the background of him. And I know the only person that co-signed Sonetta in this beat sector was MU. And I know when MU came to New York City, she was a pass around. My daddy could have fucked her and had a video. My dad said no. You know why? Because he got daughters. Ain't none of us been on crack. But if we was, or meth, or whatever you want to call it, we would never, like my dad want people, he want good karma to come around. Basically, that's the only thing I can say. If you have children, men or females, you want good karma to come back to your kids. Once you know better, you do better. Karma comes back around to you. That's the only thing I was saying. And I was asking him a question because Sonetta will sign it up with a Chester if it's going to make him a couple of dollars. And like the man was saying, but he never got a chance to finish, Sonetta, his channel ain't what it used to be. Sonetta could have been at 100K, 200K, or maybe $1 million. He likes to think like he took care of people and they didn't return the favor. No, You co-sign bullshit. You don't ask questions. That's why Sarnetta channel ain't there. And the man was giving very nice answers. They had, I won't say he's a real one, but I will say he's a knowledgeable one. But if you women are not knowledgeable about the person that he's referencing, you should be quiet. When I ask you guys questions, I'm quiet. So when I make certain suggestions, it's because that's how you made me feel. But as for me, I don't care about no guy. Hey, Queen Diva. I don't care about no guy. Like, I'm 44. I'm looking every bit of 20. I turn down men every day because I'm solid to the guys who are solid to me. If my man is, well, like I said, I think all men cheat is the respecting your face or not. So I ain't gonna say he don't cheat, but it's the respect of doing it in my face and I, and it's also providing. It's a whole lot of things that I have a whole lot of standards, put it like that. But yeah, the guy was actually being honest. I wasn't trying to hurt nobody page, but sometimes like some people don't. I don't want to say elderly women or whatever because I'm 44 years old. I'm not young. I'm not a spring chicken. So my only point was if you're not aware of certain circumstances, be quiet. Be quiet because sometimes people are trying to help you. Hey, J True, I'm just trying to help you because if you don't know a guy, you have to find out. These are things you could teach your daughters. I keep my ear to the streets. Hello, my daughter is 19 years old. Take advantage of every younger woman I know that's willing to give me advice. I sit back and I listen. I don't think because I'm 44, I know better than a 22-year-old, 25-year-old that's out here dating now on the same energy as my daughter. I take time to know these things. I don't say, well, girl, and I even asked I even asked them, I was like, wow, when I read and I gain a lot of knowledge. When I read certain things like for this and this and that, I don't want to come across as that older woman because I don't want to lose a lot of things that can actually benefit my children. You know what I'm saying? It's a blessing to have people open up to you. But it's kind of weird if I'm asking you for things that I don't know about, but then when it's your time to listen, you don't. You want to sit here and make it seem like everything, like it's weird. Hey, Miss Novi. Hey, Red Treasure. Hey, Swear Girl. Yes, so Sonetta did co-sign polite. Everybody saw him do that. That's why, as a black woman, that's the first question you should ask a man. If you don't know who Sonetta is, fine. But the minute you know if you do know who Sonetta is, the minute you find a man that was involved with him, you need to ask questions. Okay? That's it. Cause ain't no my kids are touch me nots. Okay? Trini to the bone. Hey boo. And Trini, put your cash app in the chat, please. Trini has went through a natural disaster. So if y'all was feeling like sending Nala some ice cream money, or if you were in my chat and you went through the same natural disaster, yeah, put your cash app too. But yeah, we're fine for now. But yeah, like that's the only thing I'm trying to do. But I didn't appreciate the gas. But I'm like, why are we going through this? We got a man from side of this platform who's speaking truth and y'all trying to block it. Why? Why? We should ask questions. We should ask questions. We are not our grandmas. You know why? Because if you had the right grandma, they raised you to be better. My grandma didn't even let me listen to Betty White. I'm pretty sure she did on the low. I'm pretty sure when my grandmother sent us to our mother for those 2 weeks, like it wasn't even no. I'm sorry, not 2 weeks. like the month and a half for the summer, she used to send us to our mother for a month and a half. Remember I told you I used to be in a library book club? Yeah, but if we used to tell my grandma all the other stuff she used to do to us, and it had nothing to do with sexual nature. No problem, boo. Drop your cash up. Drop your cash up. And if y'all in a flood zone, drop your cash up. So y'all know I don't care about that. But my grandmother did, because you know why? Our mother wasn't equipped. I don't know what it was. I couldn't find it. I didn't see it until later on. And I just thank God me and my grandma made amends, because it was kind of hurtful. And my mother, she wasn't, she was kind of like Ness, making it seem like she put us here because she wanted us to have a better life. No, you just want to run the streets. Because every time we went with our mother, she used to beat me for, oh God. I'm gonna say this really quickly, but my mother used to beat me like with a broom. I used to get beatings like crazy that I never experienced with the women that was raising me. But every time we went to my mother's house, she used to beat the hell out of me just for staying at the library too long. I wasn't one of those teenage girls hanging on the street trying to get in it. I wasn't doing none of that. She used to beat the hell out of me just for coming back from the library late. And I got evidence of this if she want to lie about it, but I know she won't. You know what I'm saying? That's why my mother got 10 kids and only 2 of them speak to her. My mother is a user. She doesn't want to try to create a relationship with you until you become an adult. You can now take care of her. But on the flip side, as much as my grandmother loved me, she was my grandmother. She wasn't as young. So my aunt used to take advantage of me, But that was her daughter. She wasn't going to see the same flaws in her daughter that she did in my mother. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't until I got to be an adult that these conversations started happening. And that's why they said, oh, I was my grandma's patient. No, I was the realest with my grandmother. And I also was able to assess certain things. So when you see people doing wrong, you speak up. And I taught my kids that. Because my mother, she didn't do drugs and she didn't drink. My mother don't even smoke cigarettes. My mother don't smoke cigarettes. She don't smoke weed. She don't drink alcohol. And she damn sure ain't doing no other type of drugs. My whole family don't wear makeup. You barely find any woman in my family wear makeup. But that's what she did to me. And if I would have said that, but she used the fact that we wanted a relationship with our mother, we never told our grandma what was going on. Yeah. But it all felt on me. So, yeah. You have to speak up. But yeah, you guys. My biological mother, my grandmother raised me. My biological mother, she didn't raise us, but the only reason why I felt like she wanted us there, and mind you, when we used to visit her, she was living in a shelter. That's why she could never fight my grandmother in court. So yeah. And my grandmother for her for custody, like she just said, like she has to get on her feet and she has to treat y'all well. My grandmother didn't want her to have custody based on like how we would always come with diaper rashes. You know what I'm saying? In my case, I eventually come to find out to have eczema. But in my mother's case, like she just didn't change the diaper. And how, for all I know, that's probably why I got eczema. She didn't change the diaper enough. That's why y'all see me get emotional about certain things. But I learned to stop doing that because I would never do that to my kids. That's why I don't. But yeah, it took me until I was like, ooh. Even though I recognize Even though I recognized this about 16, 17, I still hold on. What happened? What's wrong? Skylar, don't do that. What's wrong? Give me. Let me see. What happened? Let me see your foot. Can I see your foot? What happened? Oh, look at that. Look at that. You okay? Can you go get your pull up? Can you go get your pull up? You have to put something on your bottom. I don't know what it is with her, and when it had nothing on her bottom. But yeah. Anyway, it took me until I got to like I can't even say as a young adult. I think I was about 27 when I finally realized your mother just don't like you. Your mother is jealous of you. And unfortunately, she got two daughters in that twilight zone, and they're still like they will cause havoc in your life if you say anything negative about the mother that they even raised them. And I think me and I problem started when I told her like, "Oh, you didn't raise me. Why I got to give you the same thing?" It was weird because my grandmother, even though they wanted me to look out for my younger siblings, my mother literally not only did she want me to raise them, she didn't want to process. She didn't want to have nothing to do with it. I had to attend how you say teacher family night. I had to go to pick up stuff from school. I had to do homework with them. I had to dress them. Like she literally tried to take me out of school to raise her own kids. I didn't see it at the time. My grandmother, like I went to live with my mother was 16 for like maybe 6 months, and my grandma took me out of her custody because she said I was missing school, which I was. She took me out of school to raise her children. Her five kids she had after the five kids my grandmother was raising. So she only wanted custody of me so I can raise the other five kids. And it's crazy. Yeah, but I'm not trying to cry. But like I said, no other women told her. Give me 1 second. Hey, so Fabu and Kiss trying to say so. And all my moms, please drop your cash app. If you're a subby in this thing, I don't got as much influence as other people, but they'll probably catch the replay and they'll help you out. So like I said, any other women as a collective, they have men protecting them. So anytime you get to see men that actually want that role, stop trying to baby them. Ask them questions. Don't let their word be enough. That's how all these disingenuous leaders get in history. So that's what I want to say. But yeah, you guys, now I'm about to try to bounce off the walls and stuff like that. But yeah, mothers love on your daughters. Don't just love on your sons, love on your daughters. Don't just raise your daughters, raise your sons, because that's how you balance out things. I'm very happy that my son understands certain things because I don't know if y'all noticed, this is no longer a time as do as I say, not as I do. I don't know if I'm more aware of this because most times mothers love you automatically. I didn't have that, but my grandmother did. But she had to share it out. So yeah, step kisses. Aw. Not a certain one. Goodbye, yeah.